Charles Leclerc has shared his thoughts on the upcoming 2025 showdown with Max Verstappen, a battle that many expect to be a highlight of the season. With Ferrari now considered a strong contender, particularly in the Constructors' Championship, it's clear that Leclerc's approach to racing against Verstappen will change. While it might sound surprising to say Verstappen would back down from any fight, the intensity between these two drivers is only expected to grow. The question is, can Leclerc take the fight to Verstappen in 2025? And what about other drivers like Hamilton, Russell, and the McLaren duo? Will they add even more spice to the competition? When it comes to racing against Verstappen, there are few drivers who know how he thinks and how he reacts in certain situations. One of them is Leclerc. Their rivalry stretches all the way back to their karting days, so they've always been aware of each other's racing style. Leclerc has seen firsthand how Verstappen pushes his car to the limit, and he knows exactly what it takes to compete against him on the track. But will that history be enough to challenge Verstappen, especially as both drivers continue to evolve? Leclerc has openly discussed the upcoming challenges in 2025, particularly the differences in strategy he anticipates when racing against Verstappen. With Ferrari's new challenger, the Project 676, expected to be a strong contender, Leclerc is confident that the team will be in a good position. But he's also aware that it won't be easy. When it comes to battling Verstappen, Leclerc knows that picking the right moments to attack will be crucial. Verstappen has shown time and again how he can adapt to different situations, and Leclerc has recognized this. Last season, Verstappen displayed a calmer approach during certain races, but as the end of the season neared, we saw a more aggressive Verstappen when other drivers started closing the gap. Leclerc has the same mindset. He's ready to take risks when the moment is right, but he knows that timing will make all the difference. But when comparing this to how Lando Norris raced against Verstappen, Leclerc likely sees a different approach. There were moments in races like Austria where Norris could have been more aggressive, trying a maneuver Verstappen himself would have attempted in previous years. The rivalry between Leclerc and Verstappen goes beyond just the strategy. It's about pushing each other to the edge. Leclerc, however, has made it clear he won't back down from a fight no matter how intense it gets. Just look at his battles with Verstappen in the 2022 season, especially in Bahrain, where their on-track exchanges had the fans on the edge of their seats. Leclerc knows the stakes are high and is ready to face the challenge head-on. Leclerc continues to emphasize the importance of understanding when to take risks, especially when racing against Verstappen. He recognizes that big moments often come with high stakes, and he's ready to seize those opportunities when the time is right. For Leclerc, it's not just about the car and the race itself, it's also about having the right mindset and being prepared to challenge Verstappen when the chance arises. He admits that he enjoys racing against Verstappen because of the unique mentality both drivers bring to the table. This rivalry isn't just about pushing the limits of their cars, it's about knowing when to push each other mentally and strategically. Looking ahead to 2025, Ferrari's focus on their car's development early in the 2024 season could give them an advantage. While Leclerc can't be certain how other teams will progress over the winter, he's confident that Ferrari will continue to improve. There's a sense of optimism within the team that the Project 676 will be a game-changer, but Leclerc knows that success depends on more than just their own progress. It also comes down to what their rivals, including Red Bull, can bring to the table. Nevertheless, Leclerc is determined that Ferrari will keep pushing forward, and he believes that this continuous development will make them a serious threat in 2025. Leclerc is fully aware of the challenges that come with being in a competitive team like Ferrari, especially with so many factors at play. Christian Horner, Red Bull's team principal, has pointed out the potential risks of having two dominant drivers in the same team. The concern is that both drivers could end up taking points off each other, which might help Verstappen clinch his fifth championship. While Verstappen himself isn't entirely sure about this, especially if car development remains consistent, Horner believes Red Bull has an edge over Ferrari primarily due to their driver lineup. According to Horner, Verstappen is the most valuable asset in Formula One, and Red Bull's strategy revolves around ensuring that he remains the team's lead driver. However, Verstappen's response to this is telling. He doesn't mind having other drivers challenging for the top positions, as long as they're competing for the win. This mindset works in his favor because, rather than feeling threatened by teammates, Verstappen thrives in a competitive environment. For Leclerc, it's clear that Verstappen is focused on his own performance, regardless of his teammates' ambitions. Meanwhile, Ferrari's focus on bringing in another top-tier driver, like Lewis Hamilton, further intensifies the pressure. Hamilton's arrival at Ferrari adds a new layer of intrigue for the 2025 season, especially considering his goal to secure his 8th title, which would break the record for most championships. With Hamilton now part of Ferrari, it adds an entirely new dimension to the team's strategy. This isn't just any teammate for Leclerc, it's a 7-time world champion with a proven track record of success. Hamilton's decision to join Ferrari is reminiscent of his move to Mercedes back in 2013, where he joined just before a major regulation change. At that time, many doubted his decision, but Hamilton proved the skeptics wrong, securing multiple championships with Mercedes. Now, as he joins Ferrari in hopes of achieving that record-breaking 8th title, Hamilton's experience and determination will undoubtedly influence the team dynamic. But what does this mean for Leclerc? While Ferrari's project has been centered around him since 2019, Hamilton's arrival could shift the balance within the team. Leclerc is no stranger to competition, but having Hamilton as a teammate means he'll have to face not only Verstappen but also the internal challenge of sharing Ferrari's resources and attention. For Leclerc, it will be a test of his adaptability and his ability to work alongside one of the greatest drivers in F1 history. Ferrari's position in the paddock has changed, and they now find themselves in a strong position to challenge for both the drivers' and constructors' championships. However, it's clear that McLaren and Mercedes are also ready to make their presence felt. McLaren, in particular, has proven to be a competitive force, with both Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri showing their potential. Norris, who was a contender for the championship in 2024, will be eager to build on that momentum and prove that he can fight for the title in 2025. Looking at the overall picture, it's clear that the competition for the 2025 championship will be fierce. While Leclerc and Verstappen are expected to be the main contenders, we can't overlook the impact that other drivers like Hamilton, Norris, and Piastri could have on the race. Russell, too, has made it clear that he won't stand by and let Verstappen dominate. His stance against Verstappen's dominance signals that the dynamics in Formula One are shifting. The pressure on Verstappen will increase as more drivers begin to challenge his supremacy, making the 2025 season one of the most unpredictable in recent years. For Leclerc, the challenge will be multifaceted. Not only does he have to face Verstappen head-on, but now he has to contend with the presence of a teammate who is just as hungry for victory. Ferrari's strategy and how they manage the rivalry between Leclerc and Hamilton will be crucial. And outside of Ferrari, the McLaren and Mercedes teams are bound to present serious threats, making the grid more competitive than ever. As we head into 2025, it's clear that the battle for the championship won't be just about car performance. It will also be about mental toughness, strategy, and the ability to adapt under pressure. So, what do you think? Can Leclerc challenge Verstappen in a true one-on-one battle, or will external factors, like Hamilton's arrival or the strong competition from McLaren and Mercedes, hold him back? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget, if you want to learn more about the crazy sequence of events that might see Carlos Sainz join Red Bull, check out the video that's appearing on your screen right now.